what kind of wood or just any kind of wood?
Any wood, man.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Rum must taste good. Is it? Alright. Yeah, I'll go in. Have to go there. Yeah.
As we go along, again, my name is Sean. Sean, nice to meet
Francis.
you. Nice to meet you, and it's a pleasure to be at Antoine Estate. It's such a wonderful process. I will be taking you back all the way back to 17. I'm hearing the phone ringing.
Oh, okay.
We thought you forgot.
Yeah. Oh, that's how long this has been. 1785. Oh.
1785 to today. The phone just ringing in my pocket. So I had to get rid of it because on the estate at presently, we're going to stand here for just about 2 minutes, just as I give you a brief history of the estate. At presently, we have up to 80 workers.
Okay.
75% of the workers are placed at the field, where the cutting of the cane is still done manually. The tying of the cane, the men cut the cane, the women tie the cane in small heaps. They use the leaves of the cane to tie it in small bundles, which make it very easier when you reach at the loading point for the conveyor belt that the guys to heave it up. The name of our brand, Rivers, come because of the use of the river water. We use the river water is used to crush the cane, which the juice is extract from the cane, and it's used to condense the juice again after it's been distilled and come into the form of vapor, and then put it back into the form of liquid, which you're going to see that. I'm going to show you a 4 process. The first process is the crushing or the grinding of the cane, where the juice is being extracted from the cane. So the juice goes down and the waste comes out. Then we have the boiling house, which we call a concentration point, where the water is removed from the juice. It boils slowly, it goes through a process, and all the water evaporates, and then the juice remains, and it becomes thicker and sweeter, like a syrup. Later on, you will see the fermentation of the juice, where the juice is then left for 8 days to be fermented up to 14% of alcohol. And then you will come on to the distilling point, where the juice is boiled and then form into the pure white rum. 1 mile up the road from the Antoine River, which is only 20 to 30 meters away from us, just about 40 meters away from us, lies the Antoine River right there. 1 mile up the road on that same river, it is then, the water is then canal and channel down. It is dammed that the pressure or the power of the water will be built, and we use it to spin the only existing water mill in the Western Hemisphere. And this water mill is responsible for crushing of the cane. Then you will see without the water, we cannot do anything, because the water spins the mill and it transfers the energy onto the other part, the carrying of the cane on the conveyor belt, and the crushing of the cane where the juice is
everything.
So you understand now the river water and the importance of the name Rivers. And you get the pure cane juice from the grass to the glass. Grass meaning come from nickel, then it grown, we crush it and we send it right back into the glass as a drink for all the recreation. Right this way, you can take as much photos as you want, ask as much questions as you want. Actually, it's nothing less than 75% of alcohol. The one that is 69, we just add a little water in it to make it airplane friendly. And when you have lovely friends like you all comes around, you all can take home a bottle to your friends. There you are. The only watermill in the Western Hemisphere. Only existing watermill in the Western Hemisphere.
And this watermill has been going on for
over centuries. From since the year 1840, this watermill was placed there or been placed there. It is made in England and brought to Grenada in parts and assembly right there. From the year 1840 to today, it is still right there. No change.
And you just channel it from
the water is channeled onto from 1 mile up the road. These are the keys. They cut in the field manually, and they tie it in small heaps, and then make it easier for the guys to take it onto the conveyor belt. As I explained to you all earlier on, the male cut the canes in the field, the women tie. They use the leaves of the cane to tie the cane in small heaps. Nothing goes to waste right here. You'll understand more as we go along. All around. It's cut in the field, the man cut the cane, the woman tied, the transport here, and then the guys throw it onto the bell.
Oh, and then that's up there press.
Right there. It's the same bell from 1840 to today that is used.
Whoa.
If the wheel do not spin,
It
the
just
bells
stops.
do not move. We depend on the water to move the wheel that will actually move the conveyor belt. The cane move in the upward direction and the conveyor belt and then fall. There is a worker right there to guide and control the bells. It stop it and it let it go, that the cane do not overpower him on the next side. It fall along and that's the point where it crushes. And you will understand more when we go on to the next side. Okay. And then you're going to get it.
If you're filming, why am I? Oh wow.
This is where they control it and the cane falls down and it comes into the crushing. There you go and you see the makers. G. Fletcher and Co. London and Debbie.
You think they're still in business?
No. Many persons who come from
so
the
we,
same place actually has skipped, because it's actually over.
So what when you need parts? Where do you get parts?
Well, we have to order it special made.
Wow.
Let us go to the next side.
Yeah.
And this one here is where the cane crushes. As I explained to you earlier. The wheel spin, and the wheel spin, by the water, it transfers the energy back to the crusher.
To the crush shop.
The crusher crushes the cane, the juice goes down and comes right into this strap.
Oh,
that's
so
the cane juice that run into this strap.
Oh, and then you sift it.
Yeah. So this is pro cane juice that is running into this strap. So the juice goes
Looks pretty
down,
gross.
and there,
Yeah.
goes down. If you look,
Yeah.
it goes down, and then the waste
go down.
Where does it go from here?
Into the
it goes back into the boiling oil, so people don't understand.
Yeah.
We're going there.
Oh, okay.
So it goes to the pipe, then it goes to the bottom. At this point here, we call it the waste. Even though we said it's the waste, nothing goes to waste. Right here, it is then placed on the pot, go into the sun, which is left to dry. After that, we call it the bagasse. Bagasse or la bagasse. It's a French word meaning the waste. La bagasse, the waste. It's then placed into the sun, and then we use it back as a fluid. It is the fluid that we use to do the first boiling of the juice. Remember I talked about the boiling?
Yeah.
So we use that, the bagasse, to boil the juice to remove the extra water from the juice. So that juice then becomes sweeter, thicker, like a sauce.
Oh, so you reboil this?
No, we boil the juice.
The juice, you boil the juice, and then the bagasse
we burn it.
Oh, you burn it?
As a fluid, to boil the juice.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
So nothing goes to waste then?
Nothing goes to waste. Actually, that way.
Yeah. So all of this is for your fuel?
Yeah.
Whoa.
At the same time, it don't only is used back as a fluid, it is used back as a manure or a fertilizer back to the land. After the remainder of a period of time, it then decomposes. After being decomposed, it then develops all the nutrients to give back life to the plant or give energy to the plant. So we use it back in the same cane field as manure or as nutrients to grow the cane. So we do not have to buy artificial fertilizer to throw it back into the land for the cane. Nothing goes to waste. The same cane goes back into the cane field to produce nutrients for the cane.
Yeah.
As I said to you, we're going back to 1785 to today. And you see no much of a change. What is still done? Manual. Sorry? For a while. But I think for the rest of the, long as this watermill is there, it's going to remain there. So When you have when two persons come around, you get the opportunity to see how it is made
Yeah.
from the grass to the glass. Here is the point where the first set of boiling is take place.
Okay.
Where we use the bagasse
As a
which
fuel?
we do not need a hard fluid, or we do not need it to boil beyond. So we use something that do not burn for long. We use like same bagasse that have a short burning lifespan that will use to extract the water from the juice. When you go into the inside, you understand a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So the fire, the heat
Yeah.
goes up and goes out on the next side. It goes
Okay.
in and goes out way on the next side. So this point here is the point where we call the boiling point, or the concentration point. Now the fire or the heat moves upward and it goes on to the next side. So here is the point where we remove the water from the juice, as explained to you earlier.
Yeah.
So it is done manually using this wooden stick with a cup at the end of it.
Oh
It
my
is
gosh.
done manually. A worker is responsible to transfer the juice from one copper to the next. So as the heat comes from down,
Yeah.
travels up, here will be less hotter.
Okay.
So you get
So the
hotter, hottest.
Yeah.
So we have the most direct fire will be at the hottest point.
Yeah.
At this point is where all the water will be extracted from the juice of this.
up top.
So here it will take like 45 minutes to move the juice from one copper to the
To
next.
the other one.
So gradually as you move the juice, the water will be evaporated and then the juice will remain. If you boil the juice at one point, you will end up losing some of the juice while the water evaporates. But when you put it through the slow process, the water gradually evaporates from the juice, which makes it easier to remove the water from the juice. After all the water being removed from the juice, again, the worker is then left with a tough job to place the juice from the copper into this wooden truck.
Oh, yeah.
This wooden truck right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Which the juice will then go into the tank at the back and remain there to be cooled. After the juice being cooled, it then will be tested. If the sugar level is a little bit low, we then add a little molasses, which made from the sugar cane itself, and increase the sweetness of the juice, which will make it easier to be fermented.
Okay.
Sweeter the juice,
Yeah.
easier is to ferment it. So that's the process that takes place in here. We now go to go on to the third process, which is the fermentation. So you see the juice flows through the white pipe.
Yeah. So this is from the, oh, okay, yeah.
It comes where
Yeah, that's from the
so it comes
press.
to the white pipe as the presses and come into this tank.
Yeah.
here. Then it is transferred to the
Off to
first
that tank.
And
Wow.
then manually it moves from one copper to the next.
Wow. We're going too fast.
Then-
Oh, so that's the molasses there?
Yeah, that's some of the molasses that they're pouring into it. So the cat juice is boiling there.
So it goes from here, here, and then back to here.
It only transfers when all the juice,
Yeah.
the water is removed. So up there it will be much thicker and sweeter.
So how does, oh, it just skims it off.
No.
No?
How can we tell?
How do you know when to transfer it? Like-
Because you will see
Okay.
the difference. They boil up for a
Okay,
period
because
of
it's a
time.
little thicker too. Wow. Molasses glass.
So how many bottles do you need?
Sometimes we bottle up to 600 bottles a day manually.
Manually?
Yes, manually.
Wow.
It's because we only do white rum.
Okay, so
Yes, it's say that we only do white.
so
rum.
these are the vats that it's just fermented.
Just fermented. Inside here, this we call a fermented room, where the rum or the fruit or the juice
Yeah.
is left for 8 days. And it's
How much?
left in 8 days. And left in the natural environment. Atmosphere, that anything that the environment have or the atmosphere have that is for fermentation,
Yeah.
it will go into the juice and it will be fermented naturally. We do not add anything into the juice for it to be fermented.
Okay.
That's what makes the product one of the best products on the island, because it's all natural, 100% cane juice, no additive. It's left here for 8 days, and within the 8 days, it found up to 14% of alcohol. Just a normal wine,
Yeah.
14% of alcohol. Each and every one of these concrete tanks hold up to 2,000 gallons of juice.
Okay.
We used to use the wooden
Oh, that's a
barrel.
Yeah. Okay.
Come low down.
Yeah.
We used to use the wooden barrel to ferment the juice. But after a period of time, based on age and the age of the barrel, it started to leak. But
Oh, yes.
so we had to repair it so often, and we cannot get the most relevant things to actually repair it. So
Yeah.
then we are forced, because from 1785, these barrels have been around. And look at the age, look at them up to today.
Yeah.
Still there. And we could not get the most relevant for it. So what happens is that we are forced to build the concrete tanks and get rid of the wooden barrel. Which I would ask this simple question. Do you think that coming away from the wooden tanks to the concrete structure will bring a difference in the flavor of the produce?
Oh yeah. You would think so, because then there's flavor in the wood.
Okay, but I said to you earlier, right, we do not do dark rum.
Yeah, you don't do dark rum.
So if we don't do dark rum,
It's
we cannot
aged.
get that.
Yeah.
So no, we do not have any impact.
Oh really?
Because it's only left here for 8 days to be fermented.
Yeah. So it's not
and
long
then
enough.
it has to be boiled. And when after being boiled, distilled, it goes up in the form of vapor.
Ah.
So nothing that comes from here really is, you understand? And the alcohol level increases.
Oh yes. Okay.
So more it boils,
Got
the
it.
alcohol level
Yeah.
goes up, it's filtered, and then goes to the syrup.
Yeah.
Be distilled.
So we move from one tank to another
No,
tank?
we move it from here, it goes straight to the distillery.
Oh.
It remains here for the 8 days until it reaches level.
Why is this one lower than that?
Oh, that one's
Because
empty.
they're removing from it
They're
to
taking
distill.
out from that.
And then I can to the amount of juice they have from the tank and it goes.
Yeah. Touch it. Why?
So that's how they used to remove the water from the juice. Opportunity to taste the sugar cane.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So this way?
Oh, it's very sweet.
Yeah. So this is the point.
You taste it all day.
Well,
You're
depending.
full. Huh?
It depending. Depending. Sometimes I add it a bit much.
Mm.
I'll drop a rugged sugar cane. So this is the point at the finishing of the product. So here, the juice, the fermented juice is then pumped into this silver tank.
Mm-hmm.
This silver tank is actually also a heat exchanger. it holds 600 gallons of fermented juice.
Okay.
And with the 600 gallons of fermented juice, you then release it in batches. This kettle only holds 300 gallons. So here is 600 gallons, there is 300 gallons. It then releases 300 gallons into the kettle or to the pot. So there remains a 300 gallon right there. It then boils. So 200 gallons is evaporated in the form of vapor.
Oh,
Boils
okay.
up to 290 degrees plus Celsius. So then it evaporates into the forms of vapor. It comes first into the first filter. Then it goes over to the second filter. Then it returns back into the same tank. But remember I said it's a heat exchange tank.
Yeah.
So inside of this tank there is a coil.
Oh, okay.
And then the vapor goes through the coil and travels downwards. So the remaining 300 gallons that they start to preheat. So it extracts the heat from the vapor and then it starts to condense it at that point in time. So then if the juice inside is not preheated, so when it comes over to the kettle it's much easier because it already heat up the boil. Then the vapor continues to channel its way down into these pipes there and then come back into the river water. Remember I said to you earlier on, the river water we use to crush the cane and it used back at the same point to condense.
Yeah.
So it's here that when it is cool now again,
By
and
the river
then
water.
the vapor then cools down by the river water and then it comes back into the pearl white rum,
Yeah.
which we get is 75% and above proof of alcohol.
Wow.
So you see why we have to name it rivers.
Yes.
You see the importance of rivers.
But that's so efficient. So everything.
So you see why it is free, why it's no hangover.
Yeah.
And you understand when you come to Grenada and you don't come to River Antoine, you miss a big part of Grenada.
You mean take a thing?
Yep.
No, this is. Yeah, this one is.
No, everything is finished. You make
Chocolate.
I'm doing
Oh, done. No, join, man. Join.
Yeah. So I explained to you earlier on, this is the one that we drink more on the island. It's 75% and above. This is the one 69 that you can take back home with you. After 9/11, September 11,
Okay.
it then we had to remove it and really lower the proof, the percentage, because you no longer can travel anything more than 70% on the plane. So we make it 69% to make sure that it's safe.
Okay.
That is can pass, you can travel, take back the sample home to your family and friends. And there you have the rum punch, 16%, made out of the river's product.
Okay.
And then you have the big agro coming. And then you have the chocolate, but it's not really chocolate. The chocolate one, chocolate cream,
Okay.
made from the rivers together with the local chocolate.
Okay.
Right here on the island.
So you could travel with us?
We have one to try.
Thank you.
Okay.